Well, we can now cross over to our international affairs editor, Armin Georgian, who's at the Elysee Palace. Armin, there seem to be two conflicting agendas at these talks here in Paris.
Well, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu's agenda is focused on Iran. He is using the events, the crackdown in Tehran, as a platform for saying to his European allies, look, this is the true nature of the regime. What do you really expect in negotiations on the nuclear issue with a regime that behaves like this? So he may well use this meeting with Sarkozy to nudge France into tougher sanctions against Iran at the UN Security Council. Sarkozy himself has been very outspoken on the crackdown in Iran, but his focus right now is to get the Middle East peace talks rolling again, and he's going to want clarification from Netanyahu on three key points. Netanyahu has tentatively backed a two-state solution, but he wants the Palestinians to recognize the Jewish character of Israel. He wants the Palestinian state to be demilitarized, and he wants to keep the main settlement blocks. So Sarkozy will want to poke a little bit and see whether there's room for compromise on settlements, and he will want some definitions on that issue of demilitarization of the Palestinian state.
Now, even ahead of this meeting, there have already been some setbacks with Benjamin Netanyahu's trip to France, haven't there?
Well, indeed. The main controversy now is around George Mitchell, Barack Obama's special envoy to the Middle East. He was supposed to meet President Sarkozy at 7 o'clock in the evening here at the Elysee. That was to have been preceded by a meeting between George Mitchell and Benjamin Netanyahu. Both of those meetings are now off. And there are conflicting reports about why that's happened. The Israelis claim that there's no diplomatic problem. They just wanted to give the Americans a bit more time to work with the Israeli defense minister in Washington next week. But originally, the Israeli reports were saying that actually the Americans cancelled the meeting with George Mitchell because they were unhappy with Netanyahu's stance on settlements. So we don't know the truth, but it would have been a bit of a coup to have George Mitchell here this evening, and that's not going to happen.
Armin Georgian reporting from the Elysee Palace in Paris. Thanks very much indeed.